Hello, everyone. It's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and welcome to the Wasteland Watchlist here on the SPDM Crew Podcasting Network. And this is my weekly show where my guests and I play a little bit of movie roulette and pick a movie from my obscenely large, completely random, ridiculous watch list. And you never know what you're going to get. And sometimes you're just going to watch somebody go real fast. And joining me on this real fast journey is Bubbawheat. Thank you so much for coming back on.
Always a pleasure.
Absolutely. And what we're going to be talking about today is the 9-minute Academy Award winning documentary short film, Crashing the Water Barrier. And this follows the exploits of Donald Campbell on Lake Mead, Nevada, in his boat Bluebird, as he attempts to be the first to successfully set a water speed record in excess of 200 miles per hour. And I'm trying to see if I had any other notes on here besides what that synopsis just said. Technically, this was released April 15th, 1956, and Donald Campbell's 1955 effort to break the water record, like I mentioned. I think the last little tidbit that I have, which is very interesting, this actually was secretly produced by Marathon Petroleum as an advertisement. So they found this out like later. It was all just an ad trying to sell petroleum. So, but I guess that sets the stage. But Bo, what were your general thoughts on this documentary short?
I mean, it felt like a typical, 50s educational short
Mhm.
film.
Yeah.
It felt like I was learning about, you know, uh, this is your body.
This is your body going 216.2 miles per hour. And like it has that voice too, like that it has that announcer guy from the 1950s. And that's basically the narration throughout. I did think it was like, and he could potentially die. And I'm like, wow, we're getting morbid here. Like, I know they're trying to like build up the tension and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, it's like making this a little dark over here. But
Well, and,
like,
and I think they said that one of the previous record attempts, it did die because
yeah,
his boat just disintegrated, basically.
I'm just like, oh my. I guess like, you take it for granted. It's like, oh, they're just going really, really fast. I'm like, can we even comprehend what going 216 miles an hour is like? And I'm like, I was just driving home on a highway and people were driving by me going 90, and that scared me enough. So, like, I can't imagine something going 260 miles an hour. And I imagine if anything goes wrong, there's no hope for you. And based off of the announcer guy on here, it sounds like there was no hope for somebody else who tried to break this record. I have to say, the footage is really impressive. Like actually seeing this go 200 something miles an hour, it's like it looks like it's just like somebody's like pulling something across like cement. It's going so fast that it doesn't even look like it's on water, which is crazy to even just look at.
Yeah, even though they did have like a whole bunch of false starts, apparently, like they had to push it to the next day because
Mhm.
they kept having problems with water going into the air intake and putting out the flame in the jet engine.
Mhm. It's like, well, water plus jet engines probably not going to help. And so like I think they did a good job of like building up that tension and suspense over the course. Like this is only 9 minutes, so it's not like this is something that's like building up long term over time. But like I think they do a nice job of like building up the suspense and stuff like that, making this feel pretty dramatic.
Well, I mean,
And
in the 90s and 2000s, Fox could make a 1 hour special about, just a single stunt jump.
yeah, where it's just like, we need this short enough to make this an advertisement, which that's so funny thinking about like this won an Oscar and it actually just turned out to be like an ad. But like it's so fascinating a lot of these like documentary short films that wind up on my watch list because they were nominated or won Academy Awards for short film documentaries and stuff like that. Like I doubt documentaries today about like somebody trying to break a record for how fast you can go is going to wind up being an Oscar nominated documentary. There's like very specific vibes that they usually go for, but like I thought this was a pretty interesting little snippet. It it took you back to like a different time in terms of presentation. Definitely had, like you mentioned, that like 50s educational video vibe. It's like, we're here to look at this. And then, it was pretty impressive stunt for sure. Um, I didn't realize like they were looking for uh like the average over two runs. So like I guess that
Hmm.
was something I learned was like how like they specifically measure this record and stuff like that too.
Yeah, because it was like the average across two runs was about 215, even though the top speed on the first run they did crack like 250 at one point.
Which is wild. I can't even imagine. Like I pitching my Subaru up to 80 is one thing. And like basically he's in a rocket. Let's be frank here. Like it's like you imagine, well, we're gonna drive this boat really, really fast across the water. I'm like, no, we're gonna shoot this rocket across the surface of a lake.
Yeah, and
And that's
it
exactly
was
what
like
happened.
the lake. I forget. I know it's I don't remember the name, but the lake that was made by the Hoover Dam.
Yes. Lake Mead in Nevada, which I guess man-made lake, man-made really, really fast rocket going across the front of it, off the top of it. But I guess to be honest, like, is there anything else that you wanted to add about this?
I mean, not really. It's pretty straightforward.
This is not our shortest episode of this show. I think a couple episodes ago with Mike might be, but this is an interesting little documentary to check out. It's pretty thrilling to like watch the actual footage. You can find it on YouTube, so pretty easy to get. But Bubba Week, thank you so much for coming on and chatting some movies with me.
Absolutely.
And thank all of you for listening. My my outro might be longer than the discussion, but thank you all for listening. Make sure to like, comment, and share on this episode. What's your favorite documentary short from recent memory? And did it have to do with going really, really fast? Make sure to follow or subscribe wherever you listen to your podcast. The SPDM Crew Podcasting Network is ever expanding. We have a lot of different shows with all different interests, especially with movies. We love movies here. And if you have an idea for a podcast or you want to be a guest on a show like this one, reach out to us on our website. And if you like our logo, check out High Flyer Creative for all your digital marketing needs. But most importantly, thank you as always for tuning in and supporting the Wasteland Watchlist here on the SPDM Crew Podcasting Network.